What's going on, my aliens? It's your girl, Ivy Eller, aka VibesWitIvyy, and we're discussing what really went down on Baddies USA Episode 2. Let's go!
Alright, Alien Gang, so I know you guys tuned into Baddies USA Episode 2. Now, I was definitely going to narrate that episode, but I might just have to wait on Episode 3 because it seems more juicy and it seems like I can make more funny content out of it. So stay tuned, definitely, and don't be too disappointed in your girl because, like I said, I want to make sure that I keep you entertained and, I don't make it too redundant. I like to, make it unexpected when it's expected, if it makes sense. But either way, what you have here on your screen says, whose side are you on? Tesehki or Chrisean? Now, I'm only bringing this up because, like I said, I know you guys tuned into the episode and you seen how Tesehki turned up all night and all morning. She woke up mad. And I was confused because I was just like, is this because she didn't know Marsh was coming? Like, what is this all for? What is this all about? Even Chrisean was confused. I mean, her friends were a little confused. I mean, shit, the viewers were confused. I was, at least. I didn't know why she was so angry. I was like, is she overreacting? Is she performing? What is this? Is this for cameras? But at the same time, me being the person that looks at things from all sides, I said, give her a moment, give yourself a moment to actually see what this could be about. So I'm like, okay, maybe something happened where we don't know that it happened, or we missed that it happened, and this was the ending result. Either which way, you have here on your screen, whose side are you on, Tesehki's or Chrisean's? Now, I'm not picking nobody's side. I feel like they have their own faults, they have their own flaws, and neither one of them are angels, and they both have honestly came for each other's neck. Regardless of who did it first, I feel like as long as you're matching people's energy and you're doing exactly what they're doing that you feel like is so wrong, you're not going to look any better than them. Repeating what they do or scooping down to their level is not going to do anything for you. It's better to take the higher road and be the bigger person, in my eyes, in my opinion. But either way, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But let's get down to what was said. So 2 different fan pages said, one from Chrisean said, there she go again, picking others over her sister, so I'll forever be Team Chrisean. Now, Tesehki's fan page responds and said, after Chrisean went live talking about her son, gotta move. So Tesehki basically agrees and says that part. Now, like I said, they both have flaws, they both have faults, and they both have done things that are despicable in my eyes. I feel like when you go online and you decide to talk about your family and talk about your dysfunctions and stuff like that, I mean, hey, how much scolding can you do when it comes down to what she does when she does it, if you're doing it too? If you get what I mean, like what makes you seem like a better person if you're doing the same things that she's doing? Lead by example. Once again, that's all I'm saying. Now, this is not about me being on Chrisean's side. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm going to watch a show just like y'all are watching the show. But this was very interesting. Take a look.
That's my series in the field. I know. We still got to get back in the field right now. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to know. Get back in the field. What fucking talking about? The money, bro. Girl, stop playing with me. I had to check it.
So I guess right here, things look copacetic. Things look kind of peaches and creamy, right? So once again, it leads you to be confused of what was that whole reaction when Marsh actually showed up. What was that reaction about? So it says, Baddies USA. This is why Chrisean clocked that Tesehki was being performative about Marsh being present, because they had already made up prior to filming. Not to mention, Marsh was seen in the background of the dinner scene. So, okay. I don't know if they're talking about the dinner scene as in when Scotty announced her pregnancy. I don't know what dinner scene they're talking about where Marsh was in the back because I didn't see her. But I can see how someone could see this and be like, this makes no sense. But things also change every day, Like just because they was cool just a week ago, doesn't mean that they're still be cool today. That was a week ago, So, I mean, yeah. I mean, what could happen in a week? A lot. A lot can happen. Let's be honest. Let's be real. So, like I said, even though like things seem copacetic here, doesn't mean that, that's how things were that morning. Because clearly something triggered her that made her upset. So we have in the comments, I really thought Chrisean brought Marsh for backup against Lex and Dolly. These pages really be giving me tea because I definitely thought they all had made up. Exactly. Someone else said, no, remember Marsh got online talking about Tesehki? I think that's where the beef started up again. Case, if we cool, why go online talking about me? Oh. Well, you see what I mean? So, yeah. This could have been a week ago, and then, within that week, she decided to, flip back and start talking about Tesehki online, and Tesehki said, oh, okay, I see what you want again. So that's what I mean. Things can change every day. Someone else said, I wonder if she heard what Chrisean said about Marsh being more like a blood sister than her actual sister. So, I didn't hear that. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, actually be said in the episode? Drop it down in the comments. I honestly did not hear that, but that's crazy. If she said that and Tesehki heard her say that, then yeah, her feelings probably were hurt. But at the same time, Chrisean is just telling her truth. And I mean, it's not really a truth to be proud about, but it's her truth. And if she feels like she's more closer to Marsh than her actual blood, it be like that sometimes. Sometimes, people be out here making up family members and, friends be family for them because sometimes blood ain't thicker than water. We all go through things. So I got to see both sides. But this dude looks sus and it does look weird. But at the same time, things do change. So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think, Tesehki on some performance stuff? Let me know. So this here says Chrisean also spoke badly about Tesehki to Tommy right after talking to Sapphire, and Marsh, as always, got in the mix allegedly. So y'all think they're arguing because Marsh was there, but that's not the real issue. They were cool about Marsh. The problem started when Sapphire told Chrisean not to beef with her sister, and she answered by saying she and Tesehki are just blood, and that she feels like her real sister is Marsh. Marsh is her sister in her eyes, and she only shares blood with Tesehki. That hurt her feelings considering how much she sacrificed and did for Chrisean growing up. Okay. And that's understandable. Everybody has feelings, and look, you're a human. So at a natural cause, your feelings can be hurt. And, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. But I also question the fact of, could we have went about it in a different way? Did it have to be all that rah? Like, did it have to be all that? Like, especially if you and Chrisean have made up and had this conversation, why is it so quick for you to flip that switch again? Is all I'm saying. Hey. So in the comments we have, oh well, Tesehki, you literally threatened and tried to put your hands on your pregnant sister 2 times. And Marsh was there both times to have Chrisean back. So yes, I agree with Chrisean. Blood ain't as always thicker than water. Yeah. Someone else said, why the fuck Sapphire running back telling her something her sister said that was messy as hell? They all be like, stay out of family but steady involving themselves. But it's a problem when Summer do it. True. That is true. All right, so yeah. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down in the comments. I kind of just feel like this is the lead up to how things is going to really go down between both of them. And this is just a starting point. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because I was confused at first of why she was even angry. But let's rewind a little bit and let's see this little clip. Hopefully I don't get copyright. We're going to make it real quick. But yeah, and I want to get into the Chrisean and Lex situation.
My sister,
she said something.
and I had the opportunity.
Right, okay.
I had the opportunity to beat the shit out of her with my sister.
So why didn't you?
Why would I?
Exactly. Right.
Okay, so we're not going to play no more audio of that because, like I said, Zeus don't be playing around. But either way, it says Chrisean told Big Lex, I was watching y'all, meaning she was waiting on them to move some behind Summer and she was coming. And basically that is what she meant. That's what she meant by why would I? That's what she meant by why would I? Because she kind of felt like, you didn't touch my sister, neither did you touch me. So why would I put my hands on you? I was waiting for it, though. I was waiting for you to bust a move, but you didn't. So why would I? It's the same thing when she said, you can have the floor. I feel like she said that with sarcasm. I honestly feel like she said that because she was like, I'm not going back and forth with you. Have the floor. Go ahead. Have the floor. To me. But Lex be too busy running that big old honeycomb mouth. She don't be listening half of the time, and a lot of stuff be just going over her head. To me, that's why when she actually responded to this scene, I feel like she was upset because she would have honestly wish she would have had handled it differently in the moment. She would have had maybe said something different in the moment, maybe acted a little different in the moment, and maybe watching it back for her kind of feel like a sight. So let's get into what she had to say. I mean, first let's see the comments. So it says Summer was ducking that fade with Siki so bad she was a track star. I mean, hey, look, she know what she can win and what she can lose. Someone else said Chrisean called them out on it. She also told Lex the floor is right here, basically. Space and opportunity. Someone else said, Chrisean said, I'm watching y'all because they are known to jump no matter what. So why didn't y'all jump this time? Picking and choosing. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that they are picking and choosing because they usually do be jumping in. I feel like Dolly be more of the one jumping in. Lex kind of like, watch for the most part, and then she'll jump in, but she do be on that jumping in shit too. They both do. So it's just like, wow, y'all actually didn't jump in this time. And that's because they was playing the cards right. They was playing them cards smart because they didn't know how it would go. They didn't know if it's going to go left, right. They don't know, and they know if I touch either one of them, you know what I'm saying? I know that the other sister is jumping in. So, to me, that's how it came off. That's how it came off. It was something, y'all. It was something. But this is what she had to say. I'm sure y'all seen it, but we're going to discuss it.
She said, here's the floor. This is where I'm calling flaw. This is what I'm going to call flaw, 100%. Because Chrisean, don't sit here and fake. Chrisean kept saying, here's the floor the whole night. As in, you want to talk, here's the floor, here's the floor. Chrisean did not mean, here's the floor, like get up and do something. I was sitting comfortably in my chair just like this, talking to you. I didn't have to get up because nobody was on nothing. I didn't have to get up. I sat in my chair and I said what I had to say comfortably. And you talking about here's the floor, and then in this live, she talking about you heard me say here's the floor. She didn't do nothing. She didn't have an issue. She didn't want this issue, babe. First of all, there was no issue to really want, but don't ever try to make it seem like I didn't want that with you or I was trying to avoid an issue with you. You're the one who said you didn't want to fight, y'all. Me and Chrisean went at it. We argued a couple times, and she always said, "I'm not finna fight nobody. I'm not finna fight nobody. I'm not finna fight nobody." Okay, cool. She said, "Here's." So I respected it. You don't want to fight nobody. All right, so I'm not even gonna get on that type of time with you because you don't want to fight nobody. But don't take my kindness for weakness. Like you talking about here's the floor. That was not her intent. When she was saying here's the floor, she did not mean it as stand up in a fighting way. She did not mean it like that. She meant it as here's the floor to talk. Like, since you want to have a moment, that's what she kept saying. I want a moment, this and that. She was antagonizing me to say something. And when I finally said something, she's like, see, you want a moment. Here's the floor. Just go ahead. Here's the floor. Talk. That's how she meant it. So on her live, she said, I said, here's the floor. She didn't get up and do nothing. You didn't mean it like that, Chrisean. And you know you didn't mean it like that. Because the next day, Chrisean see me off camera before we even started filming and tried to hug me. And I'm stiff on her like what you trying to hug? She's like, Lex, I don't have no issue with you. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I never spoke to Chrisean first. I never spoke to Chrisean first. Chrisean has always spoke to me first. And she always, like, I respected it.
I don't know what the hell that got to do with anything about who's talking to who first. What does that got to do with anything? But let's clock your tea, okay? Because first of all, you're talking about, oh, if someone say that they don't want to fight, then I'll leave them alone. But yet you was hassling Scotty, the same woman that was asking and pleading and telling you that she did not want to fight. But yet you still wanted to fight her, So that's number one, picking and choosing, Number two, now you can't really tell somebody what they meant. That's how you took it. That's how you perceived it. That's probably not even what they meant, though. You would have to ask them. And to me, when she said have the floor, it was very sarcastic. It was very space and opportunity. It was very, I'm not arguing with you. And I'm sorry, Lex was giving arguing energy. She was giving like, I'm going to go back and forth with you. And no one's doing that. She was sitting down. So that's how you know she was giving, I'm just going to argue with you. And not everybody's about that arguing stuff. Let's really look at it. Chrisean She don't really argue. She don't. When you look back at any of her altercations or fights, she don't really argue. She stall off. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of just like, I see your point, but then I don't see your point. And you're kind of like contradicting yourself at the same time. Especially when we like think about Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't care when it came to her. Because you felt like you could beat her, right? But you hesitated when it came to Chrisean. That's all I'm saying. That hesitation is crazy. So in the comments we have, I just love how the season is hubbling the big three. It's real. Someone else said, Scotty ain't want to fight plenty of times, but you fought her. Exactly. Someone else said, and I don't know, because when she said, here's the floor, it gave double entrenada. Exactly, because she definitely pointed to where there was space and opportunity on the actual floor. Basically, it could have went however. Basically, it went over your head because you was running your mouth, wanting to argue. I'm just saying. Someone else said, Chrisean def mean here's the floor, as in to say her part, not to fight. Come on now. Yeah, sure. So, yeah, moving on. Let me know what y'all think and what you feel like she meant by have the floor. But to me, that's the way I took it. How do you feel about what Big Lex is saying? Do you feel like Big Lex has her point with feeling like Chrisean was not on that? Let me know. But this was weird because why is Tesehki calling Cash to fight Summer? So it says Tesehki has put a hit on Summer's head. Tesehki has offered non-TV star Cash to whoop Summer in real life. Now, we don't need to see that. We don't need to see that. Because we already know what Cash will do to her. Tesehki. You something else, girl. You really is. Someone in the comments said, why come on the show? Just let Cash take your place and you go home. Make it make sense. For real, though. I mean, I wouldn't really be mad to see Cash. I feel like she should be on there. But, I mean, hey, she might have to, go on there and beat somebody up real quick. Which will be something if she do come on there and beat up Summer and take her place. What do y'all think about that? Someone else said, Tifa, oh, that's fucking so childish. Yeah. You got a point. She do be acting a little childish, y'all. I'm sorry. Either way, does Cash need Summer's fade? So, Cash says, yes, this is me. What's next? I don't care. I never said I hated the bitch. Summer, I said I love you. But for that coin, you going night-night. Look. That's why I said, look, the way that they don't like Summer, the way that they let her get beat down to the ground, to the floor, to the cement, to the grass, to the dirt, like the way they let people beat her up, I would not be shocked if they pay Cash to come on this show to beat her up. I'm just saying. What do y'all think? Because I feel like I could see Lemmy doing it. He loves setting up a good fade. He loves it. So, yeah. But this is what Summer had to say, to Cash about this whole situation.
Mama.
Once was on here yelling, oh, my mama and still pretty and she liked me. I don't care. She wants some clout. She could never touch me. Or get close to me, that is. She don't go fight that space because she's ugly than a and she's poor. She's broke. So I don't really care what she got to say. And I wouldn't be trying to get a check from that work at Zeus. I would be trying to get a check from Zeus directly. So you already lost right there, mama. It's not Lemmy Plumber. Why is you so happy to get a check from her? If it ain't Lemmy checks, you shouldn't even want to move back, baby. You moving for crumbs. Can't go back and forth with that.
He keep paying me to beat your. I beat it. But she paying me to beat your. Cause he keep paying me to you up. So I gotta you up. No shade on the damn homies. I'm sorry, but she coming to Houston. And if you come, I gotta get you. I'm a
You know what? Look, I don't know what the hell Tesehki thinking, and honestly, I'm not gonna take it too serious because I'm just like, what kind of money do you got to be giving Cash? I'm just saying. Now, if this is a Lemmy setup, let Lemmy set it up. But I'm just like, really, Cash, you know what you're gonna do with Summer. Now, it has to be a really good whop of money from Lemmy directly. I'm with Summer on that. You know, I'm with her on that. You need to be actually wanting to check from Lemmy, not Tesehki. You know, because that can actually solidify you a spot. Get it from Lemmy, all right? Try to get in contact with Lemmy and set that fade up. But to me, I feel like it's unnecessary. But either which way, y'all, let me know how the hell y'all feel about what's going on. Do you feel like Tesehki was overreacting? Do you feel like Chrisean was right when she say that she's like performing and whatnot? Or do you feel like Chrisean is not taking in mind of the fact of what she said may have hurt Tesehki's feelings? What do y'all think about Summer and Cash? Do y'all think that's going to be a real fate that ends up happening on the, upcoming seasons? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. But that's all I got, y'all. And until next time, I'm out.